sometimes the practice of impermanence is very effective and also very easy to see it. Even though maybe higher practitioners taking yoga practice we may have. So let's look at the Milarepa's life story. He was the practitioner of the Mahamudra and the 6 years Narva. But to reinforce those practices, he always reminded himself the nature of the impermanence. So one time, the pastor sort of said, what kind of wealth he has. He possesses basically nothing. He had only one clay pot where he cooks the nettle. That's the only wealth he has. So one day, then he moved to another place where there's more sunshine and there's more nettle to pick up. And so he, while he was walking, then he fell down on the ground, and the clay pot that he had just broke there. So at that moment, immediately just reminded impermanence of all phenomena. And what he said was, the part what I just had a second ago is now broken into pieces. So this signifies all the composite phenomena, particularly this precious human life. And he said, I thank you for this precious teaching. I will make effort in my Dharma practice more than ever before. So now that he was, so said, this is my only wealth that I have. So you see, he was contemplating on the impermanence of all phenomena, to which he gives such great teachings of the non-attachment. Because for in his life, the clay pot is very important. He cooks nettle in that, and that he enjoys. That's the only he has. So that one, which he survives his life, is broken into pieces. Now what he has? Nothing. But he got such a profound teaching from that. Intellectually thinking everything is impermanent. Now that time it's become very practical, alive teaching, which really touches your heart. So how important your part is, now is gone. So for him, it was so grateful. The attachment he has with the part is just broken into pieces. So that means that his attachment is broken into pieces. See? So he accepted that, you see. He accepted the situation. And he not only accepted, as I mentioned, such a profound teaching received from that. So those who practice this impermanence, they're powerful. Now look at to ourselves. If I have one mug which I drink, eat, and if I lose it, how much pain there will be. I would cry. I would say, I'm so unfortunate. First of all, I don't have anything. The only cup that I have now is lost. Now how I should survive. see, lot of suffering from this. But for Milarepa, it was such a great, profound, reminding teaching. So look at these impermanence in our life. A lot of the things happens. Look at this reality, nature. As I mentioned, impermanence is not Buddhist belief, but how everything is constituted. So see, for him, Milarepa, it was such a great joy, feeling of receiving such a profound teaching, and deepen his meditation, reinforce his now realization, Father. So that's how Samsara and Nirvana receive. Those who are attached to this, a lot of confusion, a lot of suffering, and we suffer. Those who are enlightened can accept, see things precisely, clearly, then it's just Nirvana. Now here, Idam practice in the second verse, purify the mental affliction, the direct cause of suffering, with the practice of generation, completion, method, wisdom, divine form. But take care, if the afflictions gain control, birth as a divine form, spirit or demon may result. So in the Tantra practice, there are different system. Sometimes when we are prematurely practicing Tantra, and then involve a lot of confusion. So if you practice this deity, then so this kind of things happen. This is all how to practice, like relate to the chakra channels, bindus, those. And then some without, as earlier mentioned, kind of good foundation, and then the mental afflictions manifest. So he has said, purify the mental afflictions, the direct cause of suffering. As I mentioned a few times, yesterday also in detail, our mental afflictions are the direct cause of suffering in the samsara. This is very important. Again, just to remind ourselves. We are practicing Dharma teachings to purify the mind, to make our mind friend, not as an enemy. Make our mind a source of peace and happiness, not a source of suffering. See? Whether we practice Sutra system, Tantra system, both are designed to purify. The Sutra system is designed to purify the gross mental afflictions, and the Tantra system designed to purify the subtle alterations of the mind. In both cases, purify the mind and attain Buddhahood. So Buddhahood means perfection of the purification and the perfection of the excellent qualities. So if we are, in the name of Tantra practice, engaged in the mental delusions, so in the divine form, it's possible, may born as a spirits, demons. I'm sure sometimes you have heard of, there's some controversial Dharma protectors, because of lack of the bodhicitta, lack of understanding of the wisdom and compassion. And then not enough purification in the mind, and then with anger, attachment, and if they are control, if we practice under their control, then the result is said not so good. Because he said here, Dobar and Chenper, means Lord Kagyu has said, Buddha teaches, he's quoting Buddha. So Buddha said that the deities who experience desire attachment are hell-caused. Deities who experience hatred aversion are hell beings. And the deities who experience delusions are animals. So a poisoned deity is a mental poison. It's a non-virtuous practice. And from it, suffering comes. And so we close watch on the deity practice. We don't want to practice Dharma teachings which create more delusions. We practice to purify all the delusions. So, where there's more kind of so-called effectiveness, there's danger. So when you cross the mountain, if you take long road, maybe safe, but if you go direct, there's a lot of precipice to cross. So you have to be very physically gifted, talent to go that way. Likewise, in the mind, well prepared. All the teachings are designed for the purification. This is very important. This is taught Dharma very sincerely, not with the delusions, not making something people like it. Whether they like it or not like it is individual choice. But it's very important to teach pure, really helpful. Because in the samsara there's enough cause of suffering. Why we need Dharma, another cause of suffering. Also this first is finish the bodhicitta section, and then the Vajrayana, the yoga practices. On the third is Guru Yoga. Adhere to an archetypal Lama, the light, which brings the light, Lama teacher. It's a lamp for migrators. Or good. One with that teacher, one with the glorious treasury of benevolent blessings, and boundless, inexhaustible, melodious, vast and profound teachings on the 3 baskets of Sutra and the 4 classes of Tantra. So, thus, the teacher, especially in Vajrayana, is very important. One who has these qualities, you see, who has the glorious treasure of benevolent blessings, lineage from the Buddha until now. Those teachings are alive, fresh, and they are so profound, rich, and because that can explain the teachings without exhausting, it's called inexhaustible. The words are used in such a beautiful way that brings in our heart. And the vast and profound teaching of the 3 baskets, Vinaya, Sutra, and Abhidharma. So in the Hinayana, there's called three baskets teaching, as well in the Mahayana. Then in the Tantra, there's called four classes of Tantra: Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, Anuttara Tantra. So the teacher who has these qualities, maybe not fully perfected, but at least have those study, have some experience, those are necessary. Such kind of teachers are necessary we to have. Okay. And then next, we have one more verse on this. Utmost respect and devotion for a four kayas entity Vajradhara Lama, a bodhicitta manifest illusory body, an unexiled leader of the protectorless migrators, is how the treasure of Dharmata is discovered. As mentioned, the teacher, the spiritual master, of course, need to have necessary qualities. As well, the practitioner, the student, also should have such a strong devotion. The teacher who has the bodhicitta, a sincere heart of bodhicitta, then that teacher, you can say, is authentic teacher. Would never deceive others because bodhicitta is there. Always try to help others. Such kind of teacher, when you find devotion is very important, not emotionally. No. So when you have such kind of devotion, powerful devotion, then you reveal the ultimate realization in that teacher's guidance. See? So that teacher represents the four kayas. The first was represents Vajradhara, which means embodiment of four kayas. So that teacher manifests all truths. So manifests to benefit others, all those who are lost in the samsara, and will help without any regard of status, good or bad. As long as that has interest in Dharma, will help. So it's a connection with the teachers and the disciples. Next comes the Mahamudra here, just basic. Resting in the uncontrived state, I should say, state, supreme meditation. On what? Say, luminous, state of the luminous, free of coming or going, in it, character. It's the view of Mahamudra. If you ask, what's the view of Mahamudra? The luminous, free of coming or going, and the innate character is your mind. Directly seeing or just that, that is the view. And resting on that, in this nature, say resting the uncontrived state, no fabrication, totally being with that nature, not separate from that. That's meditation. So view and meditation. When you have that kind of view and meditation, conduct free of acceptance and rejection. In that state, there's nothing to accept. There's nothing to reject. Because that is. It is. So that's the marvelous conduct. So view, meditation, result of these two are devoid of hope and fear. And by meditating on this, and then you experience that. When you experience, there's nothing to expect. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to lose. That is the state where the practitioner is. It's called result. So there's a name, view, meditation, conduct, and result. But all in one nature, which is non-duality. So that's the Mahamudra. And the next unarising nature of the mind is Dharmakaya. Your mind as it is. Nothing to arise. It's beyond all the perception. So it's called unarising. That's the Dharmakaya. It's unstopped, self-luster, means from within that emptiness, manifest all mental activities, not within delusion, but within the wisdom. Clear all the activities to benefit sentient beings. This is called various Nirmanakaya. It's union of luminosity and emptiness, you see. That very manifestation of all the activities, the nature is emptiness. There's no separation. That's called union. That's the Sambhogakaya. And the three kayas, inseparable. These three kaya cannot separate it. In the Namakaya, there's a Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. Where there's a Sambhogakaya, there's a Namakaya, Nirmanakaya. Where there's a Nirmanakaya, are the two. So there's no separation. So that inseparable nature of the mind is the Mahamudra. Now the fifth one is dedication. Under the gaze of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all time and direction, all time and three times, past, present, future, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Direction, 10 directions, 4 and 4 corners, and up and down, 10 directions of those Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Now, in front of these, so dedicate your entire collection of virtue. What are those virtues? Both that innate and that accumulated the 3 times. Innate means your Buddha nature. That's the absolute ultimate virtue. And then those are collected in the past, present, future by Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Arhats, as well as all the sentient beings. So bring all this virtue in your mind and dedicate. How to dedicate? For the unsurpassable enlightenment of all your matter sentient beings. All the every sentient beings. So, sentient beings, enemy, friend, and the rest. Those who harm you, those who create obstacles, and those friends who help you, support you, everyone without any bias. Because everyone desires for peace and happiness. No one desires the suffering. So what benefit of all sentient beings to achieve complete enlightenment and dedicates. So this kind of dedication is the supreme dedication. There's no inner higher to dedicate. Many cases we dedicate, we do something, go to the temple, shrine, church, we make incense offering, candle offering, bow down, say, may I free from my sickness, may I be successful in my business, may I become famous, like this we dedicate. It's a very limited dedication. Here dedication is complete, perfection, the state of enlightenment. So when you achieve that, all the rest are achieved naturally. So that kind of mind. So see, bodhicitta, first start bodhicitta. That appreciation brings to attain enlightenment, Buddhahood. No, I will practice this. Then in the middle, you practice with that bodhicitta. In the mandala of bodhicitta, you practice all meditations. Any other meditations you have, or in Vajrayana, completion stage, generation stages, or Guru Yoga, Mahamudra, all those practices you do in the mandala of the bodhicitta. And then dedicate explanation this way by bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is the complete path towards the enlightenment. So within the bodhicitta, then all other practices are the method to perfect bodhicitta. Now the summary of the fivefold path here. This profound fivefold path, essence of Sutra mantra, Tantra teaching, this is the purification of five forces, the annihilation of the five demons, and the possession of the five wisdom, and the manifestation of the five Buddhas, and the spontaneous establishment of five marvelous activities. So these are listed. So you look at the list. And then this last one, this graduated path. So you see, we start from impermanence or precious human life. Then all up to here, step by step, gives us a complete method on how to develop our mind. And then step by step purify our afflictions. So this graduate path is complete and unmistaken. Even though it's very short, but as you see, it's complete and unmistaken. It's the method path by which to eliminate confusion. So how to eliminate confusion in the samsara, these are described step by step, you see. So because of that, fortunate ones, those who we are encounter this teaching, study, practice here, who desire release from the land of samsara, who want to free from samsara, need to know that there is no second road to peace. There is no other way how to free from samsara, how to attain Buddhahood. So follow this way, and you will get all the benefit that what you see. So now here there are 7 topics to describe, to actualize the Nirvana. So first, the method with which to eliminate confusion is completed. Now the second one, an example of eliminated confusion. So if you ask, what kind of example can you give us? It's fully awakened. Or awaken from the confusion. Awaken, that's waking from sleep. Now they're here. Our various positive and negative dream experiences in the sleep. Then there's a lot of dreams, such as anxiety and terror from enemies, victimizers, or enjoyment of the glorious divine palaces or beautiful places are real to us when they are happening. In the dream, when we see these things, experience these, are real. But are gone when we awake, neither real nor unreal. As soon as you wake up, where are all those good dreams, bad dreams? Only memory. There's nothing to show. So as I said, this is important. Neither real nor unreal. When something is there, you can say this is real, or say this is not real. So when there's nothing, well, you can say real or not real. So still sometimes we're attached to the dream. But there's all phenomena that nature in our life. So in the samsara, it's all what we see like a dream. When you're enlightened, the nature is completely dhammakaya. Just a manifestation. So, like a dream, say, in the samsara, our heads are left spinning at this confusion within confusion. Within the confusion, we are confused. It's all just that we create more confusion, deeper confusion, and our head is spinning. And we don't realize that. But all the various outer phenomena are just the same. Other than merely appearing, they are not actually there as we perceive. Even nowadays, now quantum physics, the scientists, they're saying these things are just empty. Just through analysis, through investigation. We also intellectually can say this is just we see is just that is what exists as we see, as we perceive. But still in our experience, we perceive good, bad, all these things there because we're not actualized, we're not realized. So now the understanding and practice is very important. Here we have a nice quotation from the Samadhi Raja Sutra, which Buddha said, Suppose, now this is just an example, suppose a young woman like to have a child. In her mind, she has that. So then she dreams, a young woman dreams of giving birth to a son, only to die, only to watch him die. She is happy when he is born. See, she is happy when the child is born, and unhappy when he dies. In the dream, suppose this is just suppose. She, a young mother, gave birth to a child, and she was so happy. Now in the dream, after some time, the child dies, and then she cries so much. Even her pillow becomes wet. middle of this, she wakes up. Now what? Did she give birth, a child? Did she child died? This is a very profound example. In our life, we have that in the Samsara. We want to achieve something. Then we work so hard and we achieve santos. That's what we are supposed to achieve. Happy. And then after some time, we lost it and we suffer so much. Then at the end, nothing. Nothing is lost, nothing is gained. So I heard, 2008, this market kind of crashed down. So one man, before that, he made a lot of money in the, stock market. And during that time, he lost all. And some of his close relative and friends got heart attack. And then some person asked, looks like he's okay, I said, what happened with you? He said, I started from zero, now it went to zero. So like this, we are in the Samsara, look at this really, look at this, how we play our life. Things happening, and people within that, how much confusion is there, suffering is there. See? So I say, know that every single phenomenon is just like this. And then I said, all this current world of appearance, what we see, hear, smell, taste, all the manifestations, appears real through confused mind. They are all real for us. But when fundamental awareness rests in the sphere of Dharma, means when you could rest your natural mind, uncreated mind, in the Dharmata state, then there is not even a speck of anything real or fair. There's nothing you can say is real or not real. Everything dissolves into that state. So because of all of us, oneself and others, we die. We are not real. Until you die, so we are not real. We are just a manifestation. Manifestation of our karma until afflictions. And that itself is not real. But like an illusion, that itself is not real, it's illusion. Because the material world is destroyed by fire, water, it is also not real. As yesterday I mentioned in Mexico, whole village washed by water. And now, not even trace left. That's not like this. Sometimes earthquake, sometimes volcano, burn whole, like this big fire, burn the forest. Then after that was the air. So everything's like that in nature. To this. So what you say as a fire, it is so also unreal. And the four elements themselves are unreal, interdependently. Saying is, the four elements, we say four elements, but there's no separate, independent one element. Now, to have this earth, what we see, the earth, we need the water to come together, we need the air to lift, we need fire to keep that warm. No? So all elements, there's no one independent. They can all come together, you see. So because if you divide on each dust particle, there's none exists independent. So this is called interdependently. Interdependent, if you understand, is a synonym of emptiness. They cannot be separated. But for us still to this is interdependent, this is emptiness. No? Like that. For example, the table you see, this table, what will you say? Long or short? You will say it depends. Compared to this, it's short. Compared to this, it's long. So see, table being short or long is emptiness. Depends. That's how we function. We function within in the emptiness. So that's why in the Buddhist system, there's no nearness, no eterness, free from the two extremes. Within that, we cannot ignore our causality, the cause we create. Because the cause, whatever cause we create, positive or negative, manifests distinctively. Yet that nature is emptiness. So the great Bodhisattvas, Buddha, their awareness, the wisdom is so pristine, so clear, incisive. So they create very little negative karma, or not at all. We sentient beings, since we don't have that kind of wisdom, we just keep creating a lot of negative karma. Like carefree yogi. You know? So that's what is it's amazing to see how things are functioning, manifesting, and how we are confused. Now, number 3, the cause and condition. What kind of cause and conditions we need to eliminate this confusion? So, what is the cause? What's the condition? Dependency of the method to eliminate confusion. Confusion is dispelled when the cause that abides in the basic character of the nature. We have with the nature, the seed of enlightenment. That's the primary cause. And then that of course, that's the most important cause we need. That we have. But that much is not enough to become Buddha. To meet the condition of a qualified Lama or teacher's instruction. Attentive master's teachings we need. Then that teaching, when you receive, taking into a disciple's heart, that is the time to awake. So similar to what happens when ice is exposed to heat, a big piece of ice is there, frozen. When that is exposed in the sunshine, and it melts. So our frozen mind with the delusions, when we're exposed to the heat of the Lama's teaching, the Master's teaching, then that confusion is removed. So Dharma here said, make every effort to put into practice the instruction of the benevolent spiritual masters, skilled in beings. When you meet such great teacher, then the teaching should bring into your heart and practice. Otherwise, he's saying, Dharma Lord Khenchen Gyaltsen Rinpoche has taught. These are examples. There's some nice example. Phantom men poured mirage rivers. Sky lotuses are sipped from by dream bees. Barren woman's son sings the Gandharva songs. And so that is the example. And the ultimate meaning may be realized in the midst of busy activities. Is at the saying of childish ones devoid of experience and realization. Nice, isn't it? As now he is saying, then how we should experience these teachings? See here, when our minds, great practitioners, the mind that's strenuous and virtuous, meet into this blind Dharma. Meat means meat, or pure mind meet this blind Dharma, and then practice sincerely, meditate. That's it, the forest of great bliss flourish. Beautiful metaphor. When there's great equipoise, meditative state, then great peace and joy. That is on the non-dual mountain, it's so stable, like a mountain, cannot move. That kind of, it's an undistracted, mindful. So that undistracted, mindful, this metaphor is like deer, gracia. See, the deer graces. Or eating grass, always mindful. Each mouthful they eat and then watch back and forth. If there's any predators, so all mindful is there. If any predators of the negative thoughts are coming, here's consuming the grass and water of bliss, clarity, and non-conceptuality. This is the quality of the equipoise meditation. When your mind is calm, peaceful, estimation, there's great joy, bliss is there in that mind. So that's the flavor of the meditation. When that great bliss is there, then because it's non-destructive, very clear, precise. So a lot of clairvoyance manifests from this. And then there, one has the non-conceptuality, realization of Mahamudra. So seeking solitude. Are you seeking a solitude? So this is the place one should search for. So I, the yogin, Jitaswami himself saying, I, the yogin, will keep to this